Hello, infotainment forensics fans. I'm Kevin Ripa, and this is my sans 3 Minutes Max. In the last episode, we did the math for the Diffie Hellman Key Exchange, and this was the mess that we had. We can see that the math completed and that Alice calculated a 4 and Bob calculated a 4. At the end of all of this math, the numbers matched. And I asked you then, do you think that was by accident? And indeed it was not. Let's take this one step further so it makes a little more sense. Remember, why did they calculate this? Because they needed to somehow share a secret key, the symmetric key. But they didn't know each other before this started, so how do you do that? Well, here's what got generated. When they picked a secret key for themselves, well, secret, it's private. Nobody else has that. So in a public-private key pair, this would be the private key. Their math ended up calculating a public key. Why do we call that the public key? Because they shared it with each other in the face of the adversary. It's public. Everybody's got it because they just shared it. So we've got the private key and we've got the public key. What we don't have is a secret key. And in all of this math, that's what we ended up with. The secret key, the symmetric key. The key that encrypts is the same key that decrypts. But Alice doesn't know what Bob calculated, and Bob doesn't know what Alice calculated. But that's okay, because Alice now encrypts the message with the secret key she calculated, and she sends it to Bob. Bob decrypts it with the secret key he calculated. If it decrypts, obviously the keys matched. And that's how they came up with a symmetric key at both ends without ever having to share it. That's fantastic. But the problem is here. We used small numbers. We used teeny tiny numbers for our equation. And I hope that it made sense to you. Public-private key pair plus the secret key gives us all of those levels of encryption that we had before. But I hope you realize Diffie Hellman doesn't use 5 for the large prime number or 3 for the generator. Diffie Hellman's numbers are massive. 256 digits long in each of these fields. That's why Alice and Bob are computers. They can work with numbers like that. We can't. But that gives you an idea of the Diffie Hellman Key Exchange. Understand it? Was it easy? I hope you got it. But you know what? In the next episode, I'm going to show you another representation of the Diffie Hellman Key Exchange that will hopefully drive the point home once and for all. But in the meantime, and in between time, that's it. Another episode of 3 Minutes Max.